First coronavirus patient in Malaysia recovers. PDRM set up special narcotics airport division. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. You're watching Updates at Noon with me, Mohammed Amin Carlos. Well, a Chinese national who was being treated for the 2019 novel coronavirus was discharged from Sultanah Maliha Hospital in Langkawi, Kedah after recovering from the disease. And Health Director General Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said the 4-year-old girl was the first patient to have been cured from the infection in the country. Well, in a statement released, Dr. Nur Hisham said the girl who had been reported to be infected with the dreaded virus on 29 January had undergone treatment at the hospital Sultanah Maliha. Well, he also said that the last 2 repeated clinical tests performed on the girl showed she no longer had the virus, which also proved that the coronavirus infection is treatable and that patient can be fully recovered. Now, the Health Director General also congratulated the Langkawi Hospital for its care and treatment of the child. The Ministry of International Trade and Industry, MITI, is closely monitoring the development of the novel coronavirus outbreak within countries that are Malaysia's trading partners and have trade activities with China. Nevertheless, Deputy Minister Dr. Ong Kian Ming said Malaysia need not be overly worried about the ongoing outbreak, adding that it is too early to estimate its impact on trade and investment activities.
There will be some disruptions in China's supply chain and also the global supply chain as a result of this virus, which may prevent manufacturing activities from taking place in China. But we don't know exactly what negative effect it will have.
Speaking to reporters after announcing Malaysia's trade performance for 2019 yesterday, Dr. Ong said he hoped that the next 2 weeks would provide more certainty on the extent of the coronavirus problem. Taking the severe acute respiratory syndrome SARS epidemic in 2003 as a reference, Dr. Ong anticipated that China would undergo an economic slowdown in the first quarter of the year. Tourism, Arts and Culture, MOTAC Minister Dato' Muhammadin Katabi said the Visit Malaysia campaign 2020 will be restructured to target new markets and also ensure tourist arrivals into the country remain high. Now, despite the global novel coronavirus outbreak, he also said the new restructuring will not affect the Visit Malaysia 2020 campaign target of attracting 30 million tourists by the end of the year. Elaborating further, Dato' Muhammadin said the focus of the campaign would be redirected to Europe, Central and West Asia and also Southeast Asia markets. He also said that the ministry will also immediately come up with a strategy to attract the ASEAN market as an alternative campaign.
Saya bersama pengurusan tertinggi MOTAC dan Tourism Malaysia akan mengadakan sesi Town Hall Industry Player bagi mendapatkan input dari mereka untuk pertimbangan lanjut pihak kerajaan dalam usaha memulihkan sektor pelancongan negara.
The minister added that these new strategies will be capable of increasing the number of tourists from various countries and, at the same time, enhance the tourism industry by making it more resilient in the long term. Well, 2.4 tons worth of medical supplies donated by the public worth 400,000 ringgit was shipped out to Wuhan, China through the Oops Harapan movement. The medical supplies include face masks, gloves and goggles, among others. Mas Cargo Chief Executive Officer, CEO Ibrahim Muhammad Saleh said the donation was transported through cargo flight MH386 from Kuala Lumpur to Shanghai. He also said that the safety aspects of the flight was also given high priority.
As you have seen just now on the ground, cargo is not unlike any other normal handling. This is a cargo terminal where all cargo are accepted, screened, processed, and be prepared for flight and then eventually upload. Some of you have gone to the warehouse, have glimpses of it. So we take safety and security very, very seriously in here. But what we are proud of is basically was given the opportunity to help out in this crisis. One thing for sure is that in any crisis of this nature, the first headache actually for any relief organization, whether it's Ops Harapan or any other organization for that matter, is the logistics, getting the relief goods to its intended destination.
The Mars Cargo CEO further ensured that the supplies will reach the respective hospitals. Meanwhile, Ops Harapan founder Eng Yin Sin said the aid organization will be keeping its donation drive to buy medical supplies open to help Wuhan fight the outbreak, which has infected thousands and killed hundreds in China. She also thanked Mars Cargo for their assistance in sending the medical supplies to Wuhan. And we'll have more of the dreaded virus in our foreign segment. Well, Deputy Health Minister Dr. Lee Boon Chye says the number of cardiovascular disease cases among Malaysians is expected to increase in the future. Well, he said this is due to the increase of senior citizens, which influences the number of cardiovascular patients in the country. Elaborating further on the matter, Dr. Lee said the number of Malaysians aged 65 and above is expected to increase to more than 6 million people by 2040.
Saya sebagai Timbalan Menteri, saya juga sebagai pakar jantung lah, saya tahu. Untuk mereka yang ada serangan heart attack ni, kalau banding dengan thrombolytic therapy dengan ubat ataupun dengan angioplasty, memang angioplasty boleh mengurangkan kadar mortality sekurang-kurangnya 50%.
According to the Department of Statistics, the number of deaths related to heart disease in 2010 was 9,371, and the number of deaths in 2018 increased to 18,267. Besides that, the average age of heart patients in the country is 58 compared to Thailand 68, US 66, China 63, and Singapore 61. It is also estimated around 141 coronary heart cases recorded for every 100,000 people. The Royal Malaysia Police, PDRM, has set up a special narcotics airport division in an effort to prevent drug smuggling through airports in the country. Bukit Aman Narcotics Criminal Investigation Department NCID Director, Dato' Muhammad Khalil Kadir Muhammad, said as a start, the division will be set up at 7 main airports in the country nationwide. Commenting further on the matter, Dato' Muhammad Khalil said the 7 airports consist of Kuala Lumpur International Airport, KLIA, Penang International Airport, Langkawi International Airport in Kedah, Senai International Airport in Johor, Subang Airport, Kota Kinabalu International Airport in Sabah, and Kuching International Airport in Sarawak.
Port of entry kita ialah airport dengan airport. Port pelabuhan yang mana custom kendalikan airport of entry ni. Jadi kita merasakan there is a need for memperkukuhkan lagi, memperhebatkan lagi kita punya narcotic division here. So actually we do have a small number of officers di KLIA, but not extended to even di KK kita ada sikit apa semua, but now we restructure di mereka supaya kerja mereka tu lebih fokus.
He also said the Narcotic Airport Division was set up to further enhance efforts by the police to curb drug smuggling. The National Science Council, NSC, welcomes Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad's initiative to increase awareness and focus on the science, technology, innovation and economics, or STIE programs. In a statement released, NSC said that the collaboration between the government and the high-tech industry would be expanded so that the country could increase the number of pre-commercial research focusing on experimental development to produce high-impact innovation. Well, the statement also said that the Ministry of Energy, Science, Technology, Environment and Climate Change, or MESEC, and the Ministry of Economic Affairs will work together to identify focus areas of STIE to be implemented under the 12th Malaysia Plan. The statement also said that NSC also supported the drafting of the Science, Technology and Innovation STI Act under the National Science, Technology and Innovation Policy 2021-2030 initiative to institutionalize the country's STI landscape and ensure a clear long-term continuity and governance to drive STI towards economic development and prosperity of the Rakyat. On another note, Tun Dr. Mahathir said MESEC and the Education Ministry will work together to develop appropriate curriculum to increase students' interest in science subjects. International Trade and Industry Deputy Minister Dr. Ong Kian Ming says Malaysia recorded a trade surplus of 137.4 billion ringgit last year compared to 123.78 billion ringgit in 2018. Now, the record is the largest trade surplus since 2009, the country's 22nd consecutive year of achieving a trade surplus. The Deputy Minister also said Malaysia's exports in 2019 decreased by 1.7% to a total of 986.4 billion ringgit compared with 998.01 billion ringgit in 2018.
I think some of that could be attributed to the slowdown in the global supply chain for E&E products, especially on the re-export portion. I don't think it's a big worry at this point in time because as long as our domestic manufacturing can continue to grow.
Dr. Ong added that the trade outlook for 2020 was expected to remain modest amid a challenging global environment and hoped it would reach a target of 2 trillion ringgit in trade surplus due to possible improvements in global trade tensions and oil prices. And that concludes today's edition of Updates at Noon. And a top story first, coronavirus patient in Malaysia recovers. Join us again at 7 p.m. for more updates on the latest happenings around the world. Till then, I'm Mohammed Amin Carlos. Stay tuned to TV2.